Hello everyone and welcome to RTNY Talks E3 2019. I
Hey,
am Garrett, one of the hosts for the night. Why don't everyone go around and introduce themselves quick? Don't know who else will be joining us tonight.
I think you just said who we have with us. We have James, we have Greg, we have myself, Chaz, we have Mario.
Yeah. There's a lot of carbs.
Okay, so where do we want to start? I guess we can always start, I guess the first conference or thing was EA Play.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, on last Saturday. They showed some of Star Wars gameplay. I think that was their big opener.
Oh, that's right. The new
The,
RPG.
yeah,
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Dark Order.
They talked about Apex Season 2.
That's right. They're putting in a new
New Legend Watson.
They're doing the dragons too. They drew some of the dragons that you see out and about in the world.
I did see dragons on Reddit.
Wait, what are we talking about? Dragons from what? In Apex Legends?
Yeah, those big tall monsters you see out in the water. They're getting
Really?
closer to the land.
Yeah, there was like
every update.
I saw something where like they flew right in front of a dragon and the guy opened his
Mhm.
eye and like he was looking at it like.
So apparently they're going to be at some point they're going to be like I guess walking across the land, which makes sense because they're out in the water. Eventually they're going to
Hey
come to land.
Titan Mom, what's up?
Apex Legends Monster Hunter. Actually, I was thinking maybe they're like an obstacle. So
like a danger zone, like a
like there'll be a new hazard for the map or something.
Oh yeah, like PUBG.
Exactly, yeah. So it could be like you get knocked out on your own. That's one thing that PUBG has it by your own hand.
Then they talked. They did
you can just fall to your death.
Sports stuff. Talked about some other EA Sports. They covered Sims 4 update. And, oh, they did talk Battlefield 5. I don't...
Is that out? That's out.
Yeah, that came out last fall.
Battlefield 5 is out. They're constantly adding new updates and scenarios to it. The latest teaser teased of the Pacific Theater being added.
Now, does EA run Rainbow? Because in Rainbow, I heard Rainbow got teased as like a space thing. Or is it
Rainbow Six is owned by Ubisoft. What happened is they're having a new game or add-on to Rainbow Six called Outbreak. Wait, no, that's wrong.
No, you're wrong. Your Outbreak came out already. You're thinking
Outbreak was basically a demo / game mode that they set up. Yeah. Now it's Quarantine that they're making a full-fledged game mode. It'll probably be a standalone DLC or something.
Alright, so... Yeah, so I know Battlefield put out its, their Battle Royale mode, I think in March or something. I was so
Firestorm.
Fire, that was, yeah. Wanted to check it out, but never did, because I know they talked, like, completely destructible with all their vehicles and stuff. Anything? Well, I guess while we're on EA, anything else?
Isn't Battlefield already Battle Royale though, kind of? Or am I thinking Battlefield 1?
No, they did come out with the Battle Royale mode. A couple. I think they were coming out with it, or I don't know if it's out yet.
Yeah,
but I know there is in development.
Battlefield 5 came out with a Battle Royale mode back in March. It did not launch aside the game that when it came out in last fall. It was delayed a few months. But I guess while we're on EA there, anything else? Apex, Sims, Star Wars,
I forgot EA owns Sims.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Just have fallen order. That was the people that died in Rogue One.
Alright. So you want to move on from there then? We'll touch, Xbox was the briefing the next day. And they had a lot to show.
It was breathtaking.
Keanu.
Yes, they showed off Cyberpunk. Another cinematic
Did you-
trailer.
did you-
Keanu came out.
You know he's in Toy Story 2? That guy's doing everything.
Yep.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't recognize it until someone told me.
He's also in a Netflix series.
No, he's in the next Netflix movie. You think it Be My Maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a movie. He plays himself. Not even like acting. He's just Keanu. Plate of steak. I need another plate for mac and cheese. Did Microsoft do for Forza? They're doing Legos, right? That's weird.
Yeah,
I was hoping
yeah,
they
that
go
was
with
that.
Hot Wheels. I was like, oh come on, you can't bring the Hot Wheels back, but you got Legos. That's not fair. Then they got like a full-fledged Lego car. I was like, if that thing works, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Nice little more fun to Forza.
Forza's like, we need kids to play this game. Like, look, kids, we're fun. We have fun.
We're hip.
Yeah.
We're hop.
Let's see. Well, they started off, they showed Outer Worlds.
That looks very interesting.
Yep. Newly acquired Obsidian. Yeah, it looks fun. I'll get around to it eventually, I guess. Did they say a release date? I can't remember. They did. I think it was early 2020.
I keep missing all the release dates. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like,
Yeah, it's something
like,
that
look
happens is they
down.
tend to pull out.
You know, crazy.
They cut back to the audience and pull out.
Yeah.
But,
Release date.
yeah, I think it is
And
this
now,
year.
what's the story behind Cyberpunk? Is there a history to Cyberpunk? Like, was there an older game out?
October 2015, 25th.
Used to be a pen and paper game.
Thank you. That's where they're coming. Because I always wondered what the history behind it was. Okay, so it's a pen and paper game. So it's like D&D?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. For some reason, and I really hope they don't, I hope they leave it the way it is, I feel like Cyberpunk might generate a movie. I just have a gut feeling. But they already done like, was someone with Harrison Ford and the handsome guy?
You mean
Blade
Blade Runner?
Yeah. Like they've already done Blade Runner, so I'm just like, I really hope they don't try to make a movie because then it's gonna get compared to Blade Runner. Because it looks very Blade Runner-y.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's all the same genre, basically. The tech noir, cyberpunk, Ghost in the Shell, the anime.
Oh god, I don't know you can talk about that.
I said the
yeah.
anime.
It is true though. That is a you are highly correct. That is a futuristic noir. It was so good. You know what? Hey Chaz, that would have been cool. If they did like 1 or 2 episodes and the entire thing was black and white, that'd be fucking cool. And like I don't know, I can just see like I can see Chief like having to go not back in time, but like a version of her, but doing the same thing, but like in the 50s. I don't know. That just sounds cool.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like
Me
if they
neither.
did in an episode of Ghost in the Shell, they went and did like a 1950s like noir episode with everyone there, but like being detectives and cops within
Everything's
that time
black and
period.
white.
Everything's black and white. You know,
Okay,
that'd be really cool.
All
Not
right.
really
Well,
E3 related, but
let's stick to games and E3. We can talk anime
The
another
only
time.
reason I know what to call Cyberpunk, so and
Well, I guess you
otherwise I
can
would
cut
have
out.
even heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just cut out.
Uh,
All you said
the
was
only
the
reason
only
I
reason
know
I know Cyberpunk, and that was it.
Funhouse talks about it nonstop, so it's the only hype I
Well,
know
it's
around
also
it.
because CD Projekt Red is making it, and they
Oh,
announced it like what
no
was it
clue.
like
Never
They
heard of
did
it
announce
before.
it like a
3
while,
or
like a
4
couple years
years
ago, right?
ago?
Yeah.
They had like the
Uh,
smallest teaser trailer of it, and then last year they fully released a gameplay demo that was viewable, not playable, and now they showed off this Keanu Reeves trailer.
I like how
I
Greg
think
calls it a
there's a
Keanu
lot of
Reeves
hype
trailer.
behind them as well because they just did Witcher 3 a couple years ago. To big success.
Great, I like how you call it Keanu Reeves trailer, and I totally agree that it's a Keanu Reeves trailer, and he just shows up at the end and he instantly owns the trailer. Like, yeah, that's his trailer. It's not even Cyberpunk's trailer.
Alright. Well, I got a list of everything Xbox showed. Do we want to just me to go down the list and we can all just say a few words about everything?
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, well, we just touched Outer Worlds. Next thing was Bleeding Edge from Ninja Theory. It was that melee game. Kind of looked like a melee Overwatch.
I didn't see it, but it sounds interesting.
I got a heavy Team
Oh, yeah,
Fortress 2 vibe from that
Yeah,
thing.
Team
yeah. I got more.
Fortress
Despite Overwatch
Overwatch.
dominating that genre, I still felt a Team Fortress genre from it.
I mean, it's the same genre, class-based
No,
shooter
but for some
style.
reason, even though like Overwatch should be the first go-to because it's most recent, I don't know why, but I just skipped it and I was like I still
Probably
feel
the
Team Fortress
style.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Then there was Ori Will of the Wisps. Uh, looks beautiful. Side-scroller platformer thing. I think it should be out sooner, but I guess there's so much stuff. There's a fair amount of things already coming out in the fall. But we've been hearing about the game for a while now, so I thought it'd be much closer to release than spring 2020.
I will say this: there's a lot of Zen games coming out too, like a lot of peaceful games, which is really cool.
That's what you get when you have a lot of indie developers working for you.
I know that's great though.
Minecraft Dungeons?
I thought they ever came out with it.
No, I thought it was supposed to be going into beta sometime soon, but that's what I heard like last fall that they'd be doing a beta in early spring this year. But
Okay.
I guess that didn't
And it's
happen,
a
or at least
separate
not
game, right?
public. Yeah, it's like Diablo Minecraft.
Ah, well, that's good. That's perfect.
They showed off a
I'm
little
excited
more
about that.
Star Wars. Yep, it looks fun. They showed off a little more Star Wars. Covered that. Then there was Blair Witch.
Which surprised everybody, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was very surprising, and it looks like it's going to be a very interesting game.
What game? I missed that.
Blair
You guys
Witch.
think famous actor James Allen McEwen's gonna be in it?
Oh, the Blair Witch. At first, I thought it was Outlast 3 because of the camcorder,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I kind of laughed at myself because it's like I was around for Blair Witch. You know, I'm sure a good chunk of us were, and if not all of us, and I completely forgot about Blair Witch. Like Outlast almost replaced the whole camcorder business, and I'm just like, oh yeah, they did it first.
Then there was Cyberpunk, which we talked about. Spirit Fair, which was like that boat
Oh, that
town
looked
building
cute.
thing. Yeah, it looked cute.
It's basically it's like a town building game, but like, are you the Grim Reaper? Because it looked like you're guiding spirits in
Possibly.
the afterworld. It's just like this is the cutest take on death I've ever seen.
Could be.
It's like Minecraft,
analysis.
but you're death.
Let's see. And they showed Battletoads. You know.
GameStop employees everywhere probably are shaking their heads.
What for Battletoads? Why?
there's that joke that people call up GameStops looking for Battletoads.
Ah, that's funny.
Alright, well, looks fine. Looks like a nice, beat 'em up.
I don't know much about the series, but from what I've seen in the past, it looks like they stuck to that
Yeah, it's just
whole
like a arcade
atmosphere.
style beat 'em up, from what I know.
And that's a like a dying genre, and that had its high praise. You had Simpsons, you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That style was really cool.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like you could still do it if it's online.
Yeah, they did say online 3-player and local co-op.
Exactly.
Legend of Right. Next, that was the drawing looking like RPG, like hand drawn, like sketchbook.
Oh, the Scribble Knots looking one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cute.
Is it
Don't
not the
really
one
know
that's a
much.
dungeon builder? It's a builder, right?
I don't even know.
Hmm.
So I guess we'll have to see. Get closer to that. There was the ID at Xbox montage. I didn't write any of them down. I don't know. Remember what was there.
Oh, yeah, there was a
But
lot. I mean,
yeah.
I think we're forgetting that deer game. Into the Woods, was it?
Good
Yeah,
Broadway
yeah,
show.
he's
No,
right.
yeah,
You're right.
Way to the Woods. That was further down. Yeah, it was I don't know, just
It's literally
guiding,
the deer game.
trying to,
You,
I guess,
you
trying to
can't.
find the deers back, guide back to the woods.
It's the Last of Us
Gotta
with
get
deer.
food.
That's how I got.
Mm.
I saw that. I'm like, this is the Last of Us because it looked like a post-apocalyptic world from what they were running through. I'm like, this is the Last of Us but with deer. Someone made this.
Anything that popped out from ID at Xbox to everybody?
So we kind of skipped the big one, Gears 5.
I mean, I have the whole list up. I just
Yeah.
haven't gotten there.
Sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, Gears. We can skip down to Gears quick. Okay showing. I'm still excited to play it, but it was just a weird sort of trailer with Kate. I mean, it made sense that it seems like she's struggling because at the end of 4 they
Yeah,
implied
is that
heavily
like
that she's
is that
part locust.
I was gonna say like is that amulet like is she possessed or because she has the
Yeah, at the
amulet?
end of the game, she says she picks up like the amulet from her that her mother left her or whatever, and it's like this used to be my grandmother's. She holds it up to show the rest of them, but the camera for us is for the players from the back, so you see the locust symbol.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so they have the new mode escape. What do we
Yeah,
have?
that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks interesting. They did show gameplay of it afterwards, and I did look at that.
It reminded me of Firefight from Halo.
I mean, we already have
Kinda.
all that with. We already got that with Horde and stuff.
I'm trying to think. It's kind of like a reverse horde mode, I guess,
Yeah, you
where you have like a yeah.
get captured, you dropped in there with a bomb, and you're got like a few. I think it's like 10, 15 minutes to fight your way out before it goes off and kills everyone.
So it's like Left 4
It's kind
Dead.
of like a horde mode but with a plot. Like there's a plot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 3-player mode. I think the trailer they had for that, it was a nice cinematic trailer. It was. We already know that Gears looks very good with all its cinematics and stuff. That I think you could have done it with a gameplay trailer of it to sort of
But you
showcase
said
it a
that
little
for a
more.
lot of this E3, a lot of companies did like the whole cinematic thing, but showed no gameplay. It's like this, and I feel like that's actually dying down because everyone's like, "We get it. This looks nice. We are already at the stage of great graphics. We don't need to see this. Just show us gameplay."
Mm-hmm. I guess coming out soon. The release date's gonna be September 10th. I feel like there's a couple things coming out September. Gears, early September, like that. Gears, Borderlands, the Destiny expansion. But cover all that. Beta in July, so that'll be fun. Versus beta that should be open to everyone, I believe. And let's see what else we got. Return of Flight Simulator.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. That's dope.
A lot
On
of people are
Xbox
going to be
too, which is
very
crazy.
happy about
PC,
that.
Xbox, Game Pass.
A lot of people with dual screens would be happy.
I wonder if Microsoft will make a like flight stick for the Xbox now, just for that.
I also wonder
I
if
mean,
they're
I'm
going to
sure
push
they
dual
could. I'm sure
screen.
that maybe they'll make one that's and just have a USB. You can plug it in like a controller.
True. It'd be
Simple.
nice to go back to those days.
Uh,
Not to make everything wireless.
Age of Empires 2.
Actually, it'd be wired because of reaction time.
Yeah, probably that would probably just be the easiest way to do it, wired, so you can easily plug it into a computer or an Xbox. Age of Empires 2. They're doing a small new campaign or something as well. Wasteland 3. Never heard of the other two. Looked like it was some sort of like top-down isometric style
RPG.
game.
It's supposed to be like an RPG. I think you like your own characters and
Yeah, it
go
was
up
the
the
game. They had that
levels.
like
I know it's a.
drunk guy given the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's very heavily influenced by Fallout, or it's the game that influenced Fallout. Because it used to be a pen and paper game, I
Okay.
believe.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow, another one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then we had Double Fine joining Xbox Studios, and they showed off Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts came for PlayStation 2, right?
I believe so.
It was also out for the original Xbox.
Yeah, I think it. I think.
Oh,
I
that's right.
think it
Xbox
launched
came
for the
out with
original
the PS2.
Xbox. I don't know if it launched on PlayStation back in the day, at least. Oh no, it did. Alright, let's see what else we got. So then they showed off some Lego Star Wars.
What was that you cut out?
Lego Star Wars, like the complete
Oh
Skywalker
yeah,
saga or
that
something,
looked
all
cool as
9
shit.
movies.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
Because
those
they
are
always
always.
do funny takes on it.
Yeah, the Lego
And
games
there's
are usually
plenty of
pretty good.
material. There's plenty of material in the first third. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Probably gonna torture the shit out of Jar Jar.
Project Z, the action RPG Dragon Ball Z game.
I remember seeing rumors about RPG Dragon Ball Z. And they're like, oh, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. Here it is.
I think
Looks
they
great.
teased it last year. Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, I've said that about most of the fighters looked cool. I'll probably never play it.
It looked great. I feel like they just literally took the mechanics from every Dragon Ball Z fighter game, made a story out of it. I was like, that's all I need to do.
Keep it moving. 12 minutes. Looked like some time loop repeat game with the story.
I remember watching Mikey's sister Pamela on the GameStop, and she's like, "That game looks like it'll give me anxiety." It's just like it would not have given me anxiety until she said that. And I'm like, "Wow, that game would give me anxiety."
It's like
I
a
feel like it'll
very
get
grim,
repetitive.
dark version of Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, it was Groundhog the game. I feel like it'll get repetitive quick, but I feel like it might have the equal amount of potential as the Stanley Project, or not the Stanley Project, the
Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable. Thank you. I feel like it's that kind of. It might have that kind of interest. Because like initially you play Stanley Parable, you're like, oh, this is weird, but then you start, breaking the rules and it gets interesting. I could see this game doing it.
They showed the new Elite controller coming out in
Oh.
November. Probably pick one of
I
those
don't
up.
know.
See.
I want it, I don't want it, just because I had issues with the drift. in the modules. Like it kept breaking on me. That's why I got rid of mine.
Yeah,
So
like
if
my rubber grip pads keep coming. I've had 2 Elite controllers. They just like peel off after a while. I mean, everything
the
else is
module,
fine for me.
I didn't like the modules. It was when you took it apart, the modules and the sticks they just felt cheap and they looked cheap. So for them to show off like the whole controller dismantled, although it looked cool, what I got out of that was I hope they addressed it. Like I hope they noticed that. So I hope for them to show the inside and out of the entire controller. I was like, man, I really hope you guys, at least paid for higher quality parts because the modules just kept freaking on me. And that was my only issue with the Elite controller. Other than that, it was a good controller. Just the module.
Okay.
The drift, drift.
You having a bunch of drift issues?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, I don't think I had any drift problems. Like I said, I think it was
No.
just I really liked it. I liked it's a little heavier and got a little more weight to it.
Yeah, that's
That
what
was
it
a
felt
nice
like
thing.
official.
Yeah.
And I like the paddles, and I like what they've introduced in the second one with the tension of the stick. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what drove it home for me because I'm like, okay, that means you definitely paid attention to the model. And I like the different profiles. Was that in the first? Does
Yeah,
the
there
first
were
does
two.
the
There
first
were
Elite
two
have it?
profiles. Yeah.
Ah, that's what I thought. Okay, I remember I had one for Overwatch and I had one for Rainbow.
Okay. Dying Light 2.
I missed it. I missed that trailer entirely. I had to look it up. It looked cool.
Looks
Looked
very
cool.
interesting.
Dying Light 1 was great. There was no complaints. And it kind of like did its job. Like you played it, you had fun, and you beat it, and it was over. And then they introduced DLC, and that was fun. And you beat it, it was over. It was like it did its job. So for the second one, I'm like I have nothing but high expectations. I hope it does the same thing.
Okay. Let's see. Forza Lego we talked about. Gears Pop. Cute little mobile
Is that a
game.
game?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it is
It's
a
a
mobile
mobile
game.
game.
Oh, I keep seeing. I'm like, is this a thing? Because these are little animated shorts. So I just thought it was a short, but then I hear it's a mobile game. I was like, huh. What is it though? Like, what do you do? Is it like Gears but on mobile?
It looked kind of just like a. How do I put it? Maybe sort of. Not tower defense. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, it looks like you got your side of guys, and there's the
Oh, that's tower
enemy
defense.
guys,
I would
and you
categorize that.
just sort of
Yeah. There's a lot of mobile
point
games
and
that do
click,
that.
more maybe like a or like RTS tower defense, RTS, or yeah. Uh, Data Decay Heartland.
Oh, is it an expansion?
Yeah, it's an expansion.
Oh, cool.
Get to that eventually. There's still been a couple other Data Decay add-ons I wanted to check out.
Yeah, I've played the previous one, so this one's pretty interesting. If it's more like
Much
less
more story.
Yeah, much more story, less actual base management survival. So it should be, I guess, more fun, less worrisome. Because I know having to constantly manage your base, make sure people aren't going
Chad,
crazy,
you're so
making
good
sure
at it.
what happened.
You're so good at it.
I haven't played in a while, and yeah, it's because I've played the previous one, so I kind of know what to do. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It just comes with the base manager. You're like the best guy. I know. Like if I
yeah,
ever like
I
revisit
enjoy
like an old, if I ever revisit a base, it's like there's the dark rocks, and then there's the gray rocks, and there's the brown rocks. Everything's so categorized.
Then they had Phantasy Star Online 2.
It was one of the anime series games that I
Yeah,
had
I
no clue
played.
about, but it looked
I
like
played the
like a lot of hype
Phantasy Star
behind it.
universe on the Xbox 360 for a couple years. that shut down in like 2011, 2012 or something like that. No, it was fun. I was kind of looking forward to this game years ago. Because it was supposed to come to the West and come to PlayStation, and I thought, oh, I'll check that out. Really enjoyed Phantasy Star Universe, but and I guess they canceled it. But coming to Xbox now, early next year, and it'll be free to play. And I think they do like 12, 6 or 12 players, like missions and stuff. So that might be a fun thing to do for like get people together for like game nights or something. Next they had Crossfire X. Apparently a big shooter in Korea and China, Asia area.
It was PC only, I believe,
Yeah, it
for a
used to be
long time.
PC. Yeah, it's the first come to console. I think they have like 600 million players or something like that. So how that does. Then there was another anime game, Tales of Arise.
It looked very interesting, but I'm not sure if that's new IP or something that we've never heard of before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure either. And no, probably what everyone was happy for, Borderlands 3. And they dropped the new Borderlands 2 DLC to tie it in, which I've been playing. And yep, that's a lot of fun.
Gameplay, like the hype died down from it. Like we're equally excited, and I
Yeah,
feel like people are trying to avoid watching it now.
yeah,
Just like
just
stop showing us shit.
more Borderlands. Just fine. It's exactly what you want from a Borderlands game. Just more Borderlands.
Oh yeah, I hate seeing the reviews. Like, oh, it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's what they're doing. It's like they're keeping it and just making the story. They're adding to the story, like the game should be doing, not completely revamping it. I feel like nowadays people are still expecting better graphics, better mechanics, better everything. I was just like, no, we've maxed out technology. I think we could just keep
Mm-hmm.
going with the story. That'd be cool.
Yep. Just you can turn the graphics up, turn more missions, more crazy fun, more boss
Exactly.
fights.
And that goes for any game.
Yep.
Just like we've exceeded 4K. I think we're good with graphics. Like, let's just keep going on the story.
Then there was Elven Ring, that George R. R. Martin game. High
Yeah,
fantasy.
you say George R. R. Martin, but he had nothing to do with that. Like, I'm like, you put your name on this, my dude. There's no influence from you whatsoever.
I
Because
don't know.
I think
I
Miyazaki.
thought they gave him like a writing credit or something, or a consult. I don't know
Yeah,
what
that's
it
about
is,
it.
but we'll see what happened. Yeah, I guess
Yeah, that just
it's
showed
still a ways
trailers.
out. We'll see
Mm.
what happens. xCloud.
Oh, is that
Bunch of
the
streaming
new
stuff.
thing now? Yes, now I can
That's
play
Project
from
Scarlet,
wherever.
right?
No,
No.
Scarlet is the next Xbox. We'll cover that. xCloud is their streaming service.
Which I'm glad is about damn time because PlayStation had in terms of remote play. So I'm glad finally my
Yes,
Xbox has it.
supposedly
So
you
it's
can
just like,
play
oh,
to stream to almost any device from their internal servers, as well as you're going to be able to turn your own Xbox into your own private server that like you can use.
It's cool. And now I think they were introducing the whole being able to play on your phone with the controllers. I was like, oh shit, you could turn your Xbox into a server. You could just jump into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Bethesda did not Bethesda. Bethesda? Somebody else showed off some streaming stuff that I can't remember.
Oh, what's Bethesda?
It was
I
Bethesda.
could. You cannot quote me on the name of it, but it was some kind of streaming thing. Because
Yeah, it was.
I
I think it was
remember
something
seeing
like
somebody.
something with an
I
O.
don't
Was it
remember
like
the name.
Oasis or?
I think it is Oasis. I think you're right. I think it was Oasis. Because I remember them showing off Doom on a phone. But it was like a controller connected to the phone.
Orion,
Orion.
Bethesda's streaming service. Okay, so yeah, see how good these streaming can become.
Yeah, I feel like streaming is
Yeah.
something that it's the next level in gaming because you're not being tied down. I feel
Yeah,
like we
to
have to
really
compete with
take
Switch in terms.
something,
Switch is dominating
something that's always been
mobile
they talked
aspect of it.
about. Mobile gaming's incredibly popular, and they throw down like there's so many millions of gamers, and I think it's sometimes a disservice when they do it, because it's like they count like these all those like mobile gamers, like your middle-aged housewife or whatever,
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
who
exactly.
plays Candy Crush once a day for 15 minutes is not, you can't cater to or put them on the same
Is there
level of
more?
somebody who's
Huh?
got like a high-end PC or console.
Mm.
If they can do the sort of play anywhere with xCloud or any of
I
these
feel like you'll
streaming
see the
service,
return
you
of
can definitely
a lot of players.
uh, push that envelope, move those, connect the gaming community even more.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited about. I'm
Yep.
excited to see the return of a lot of people who can't play because of their lives. They've grown older and simply just don't have access to the consoles like other people do, or at least younger people do now.
Yeah,
We'll
and if
see
you
the
can
return
pick
of
up
a
for
lot
like
of players.
5 minutes while you're on play for like 15 minutes while you got the time, you don't have. Then Xbox closed out with Scarlet, which is,
I don't
fine.
know. I just feel like
I mean, it's
I feel
still
like
a
maybe
little
because
early.
we're older, and maybe we're just not ready. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
not
it's still a
ready.
little early
Like, I
to,
can't. Yeah,
I
like
guess
there's
it's not really ready to get any
tension or
big
because you know what it
details
is.
or stuff, but
Xbox One
yeah,
and
I mean, I'm not
PS4
surprised
built
that they're
great
making
consoles.
a new console, something we all knew would be coming.
It's bound to happen.
But
it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't think they realize they made great consoles, and they don't realize how, even though they might not be selling as many, they don't realize how powerful they are. So it's just like developers can still push Xbox One and PlayStation 4's tech. They can still keep doing it, and I don't think they realize that there's still so much potential. Like there's nothing that's really lacking, and the only thing both leaks now Scarlet announced it, PS5 leaked it, or they announced it is speed.
they did a
That's
little
all they
demo,
have.
just
Yeah,
sort of saying that they're putting in an SSD and stuff
exactly.
to sort of just
That's all they
decrease load times. So
That's all it is right now is speed, and that's like that's not really gonna sell you
yeah,
that
I mean,
bad.
we'll see. It seems like they're going much bigger this gen, or the next gen. Maybe the next gen will last longer. Or no, they briefly mentioned 8K possibilities.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, we're still very early adopting into 4K. But I mean, if at least you have it, at least you're forward thinking like that, I guess. Because I mean, the original Xbox launched with an Ethernet port, and Xbox Live didn't go online until like 2 years later.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least it's there, but like I guess that no one's rushing. I don't even think like no one here is really younger. Everybody's like the same age, so it sucks. I really would like an opinion of somebody who's a lot younger. Their opinion about it, because it's like somebody in chat was like, "Oh, we have to wait like a good minute for load times." I'm like, "What's wrong with that? It's a minute." Like back in the day, we were sitting there for 5 minutes watching the bar go up. Yeah.
But
Like,
back before that, you weren't waiting. It was like play Super Mario and it was go. Your biggest problem was starting the 960, the NES.
Yeah, blowing into the cartridge and just getting it to kick on. I was just like, oh, we need like. And when I saw PS5, I was like, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. Like, look how fast it looks. I'm like, I This is the time to go to the bathroom. This is time to let your dog out. This is the time you need. We don't need instant.
And they closed out with Halo Infinite. Another view of the
I'm
engine.
interested.
Looks beautiful.
What is your opinions? Chaz? What is both of your opinions? Because you guys are the Halo guys. I'm very interested. Like I know nothing about the story.
It didn't really show much. It's really hard to surmise what's going on, other than
Yeah, I mean,
they redesigned things. That's it. That's pretty
yeah,
much.
they going with a much more classic look to the Chief's armor, but they showed that off last year. I think they did confirm outside that that pilot is gonna be like a main character. Looks like they might be going a smaller story, or more not as many characters in a way.
No.
Something like that. It might be like a few people you might be trying to just gather up a few people who are left on who
Right.
survived
Okay.
this
So
because it
like
looks
this
like what
is
happened is that's probably
like
the
this
Halo
fight
ring.
was during a war, right?
Yeah, there was a whole lot going on. Cortana was out there. You were jumping all over the place. But that's beside the. I think so. What I'm thinking is that's probably the Halo ring from the end of Halo 5. They just
Yeah.
gave a glimpse of a Halo ring, so it looks like you went to the UNSC and Chief went to assault that ring, and they lost. And now it looks like you're just gonna gather up the few remaining survivors and make one last assault or something like that.
Yeah, I feel
And
like the next game might
the
divide
bright
fans,
light, the bright light was probably Cortana and one of the big guardians showing up, because it looked like it EMP'd the ship, which is what every time the guardians show up, they just EMP everything around them.
Yeah, I feel like this next game, the way you describe it, might divide fans because if it is post-war, it might be smaller and people might be not receptive to that because it's like you guys waited so long for the next Halo game, so and it's going to be a launch title, which holy shit. I feel like it's gonna divide fans. People like, oh, we waited this long for this big Halo game, and it's gonna be like a small story, but it's just like.
I mean, you can still tell a big story, but it can still be like a big or good story, just not as, I don't know. It's still
Not
just like a
over the
contained
top as we're
story, I
used
guess.
to.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not. It's not.
Just
like a
not
big
as
story that
much
you're all
going
used to.
on overall.
But it tastes terrible.
I guess my other theory, I had one other theory that kind of like last year that because of how much they're investing in the Master Chief Collection right now, making sure they're adding
Everybody's caught up.
Halo Reach. That unified UI was so great to jump through all of the games that I guess I have a theory that Infinite might be like MCC for the future. Like future games like this. Like Infinite is essentially Halo 6.
Yeah.
So like if in the future Halo 7's campaign will launch in that engine, if you will. Like it'll use the same interface.
And that makes
You'll
sense.
launch it and you'll just go to campaign and you'll select Halo 6 or Halo 7. Halo 8 or Halo 9.
That makes sense, especially because it's going out with a launch title as a launch title for the Scarlet. So that actually makes sense. It could be a next gen thing, like just start from 6 and go forward.
Like if I think that would be
right.
cool. Like if every game could do that, I think that would be amazing for like every franchise.
I think Master Chief's the only one. I think other game it's like a menu and then it pushes.
It's just a dual boot sort of system.
Yeah, but Master Chief's
nothing has a unified UI like that. I can't. Maybe I'm wrong, but
no.
There are plenty of games like the X Collection or whatever, which is just. I think one of the.
Master Chief's Collection. I think is the only one that's like.
Was it the Handsome Jack Collection? I think on.
It's still
PlayStation.
I think it's still two separate games though, right?
It's still two separate games. Is it two separate games on Xbox on PlayStation as well?
Mm-hmm. It's still
Okay.
like you have to pick
That
the
might be
two.
the disc, might be the physical version. I think when you launch the physical version from the disc, it's like pick which game you want.
That's the same thing on
Borderlands 2 or
PlayStation.
yeah.
I
Okay.
have the digital one, and it's still the same thing. You pick, but it's like it shows the Borderlands pre-sequel cover, but you have the two choices of Borderlands 2, continue into the pre-sequel or to Borderlands 2.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Yeah,
still a
like
separate booth.
all right. Yeah, I know. Like then there's like the Sega collections or the Super Mario collections, which is just like you go in, this is the
Exactly.
game I want, play that one. Then you got to back all the way out and start over.
That's felt like Master Chief because it's literally like this is the entire. It's like the
Mhm.
menu is the entire story. It's just like what part of the story do you want to play? And it's just like that's really cool.
Okay. All right. Cover that pretty much covers all of.
Before we switch topics from Microsoft slash Xbox, the Game Pass is now available for
The
PC.
combo. Oh, and the
Yes.
PC.
Yes. Game Pass for PC and Ultimate. The Ultimate subscription, $15 a month, gets you Gold and both Game Pass for Xbox and PC.
I was gonna say you guys
Not a
are
bad deal. I
dominating.
mean,
You guys are
there's
dominating the free department. I
yeah,
will say
that's
PlayStation is
so
nowhere near this.
that's a pretty good deal. $15. Because individually by month they're all $10.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get a 1 year subscription of Gold for $60 or $5 a month. So even then, that's 25. That would be $25. But then again, if you're getting one Game Pass, most likely you're a gamer on one of the platforms, not both. You're
Mm-hmm.
heavily, so you would much rather just if I'm gonna like I would have just gotten Game Pass for console or for Xbox, and I wouldn't really bother with the
Mm-hmm.
PC. And if there were a couple games that were, because then they like some of the Play Anywhere games, like the games that are on both platforms, they exist in both Game Passes. So if I get it on with Xbox Game Pass for the Xbox, and it's also on like Sea of Thieves. Like I get Sea of Thieves through Game Pass on the Xbox, but it's also a PC game. I also get it on the PC. It gets a little
Mm-hmm.
complicated if you're following.
I was gonna say, like for the PC, for them to introduce Game Pass on PC, it just allows anything that is it allows any game that came out on PC as well as Xbox to be able to be played under the same pass.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool though. Like I said, you guys, the library for Game Pass is extensive, and I thought there's AAA titles on that thing. Like
Yeah.
it's insane what you can play.
Mhm.
And all the Batmans, all the Hitmans, all the Gears, um,
Halo's in
all
there.
the Halos, all of them. It's insane, and it's for $1, a damn dollar. Meanwhile, I'm paying $20 a month for fucking PlayStation Gold, and it's like, hey, we got one or two games you can get for free. It's like, really?
Uh. Okay. So anything else you want to say about Microsoft and Xbox and Game Pass before we move on?
PC, the bundle. I don't think Game Pass wise that was it.
All right. Bethesda was later that night.
But
Fallout
not at midnight.
76.
They learned a lesson.
Oh yeah, they got delayed like an hour last year, and
Oh my god, it was like struggling to stay awake, and it wasn't even that good.
all right. Well, Fallout 76 free trial this week. Wastelanders
It
update.
was expensive.
Yep, and Nuclear Winter, including a battle royale mode.
Mm-hmm. More deals, more NPCs.
Yep, the returning NPCs, human NPCs. Maybe we can play. I mean, I'd be up for hopping back in there. It's been a while. I know they've had a couple other
Yeah.
updates. Maybe we hop in later this
Let's
week and
give it
check
a
it out.
try. I honestly am gonna give it a try. It's free, so
Yep.
that's my price tag.
Free till the
I'll do
17th.
that.
Yeah, let's do that one night. We'll figure it out later on.
I'll do that. I might fire it up tonight. Second time.
Let's see what else we got. Elder Scrolls series, they touched Blades coming to Switch. Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game. What else? They showed the new cinematic trailer for Elder Scrolls Online. Not so, you know, I've been playing a bunch of Elder Scrolls Online. Cool cinematic trailer, but, and good that they confirmed the next two
Yeah, that's
expansions, but,
beautiful.
I was pretty much expecting them, so. What most
That's
people,
cool.
because they've set their standard of there's a dungeon, they do a dungeon DLC in like the first quarter, then they do their big expansion chapter thing in the second quarter, which we just got with Elsewhere
okay.
and Dragons.
And they've done this every year.
Yeah, this is what they've been doing for the last couple of years, and then in like third quarter they do another dungeon DLC, and then in fourth quarter they do another smaller, like a story DLC, which usually adds not as big a zone as the second quarter chapter but a decent sized zone and a nice little story for it. And they've been doing that for 3 or 4 years now, I guess.
Man, Elder Scrolls, like it's probably going.
Yep, it's in Game
like,
Pass, James. If you
fucking,
want to give it a shot.
No. That is one genre I am staying far away from. Nope, never doing that.
Come on, we can run around.
Nope. I draw the line at match. It's too much for me.
All right. But Claire plays too.
Not Skyrim, not The Witcher, none of that. No. Not my cup of.
But Witcher's offline. It's just an RPG.
After
There you go.
that,
Sorry.
what else did they have?
Deathloop.
That
They
looked
did.
good.
Which one?
That looked
Deathloop.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like you could play the
Arcane,
black guy, the black
who
woman.
made Dishonored and Prey.
Pretty much.
What? I remember seeing it briefly, but I don't remember too much about it.
But it's basically takes from Dishonored and Prey. It follows their really good brand of powers or guns, except they both can use. And I think I guess toward the end they're eventually gonna kill each other, and then the loop resets. I guessing you have the option to play the guy or the girl, and you have your own story to go through. But in the end, you eventually have to kill one or the other. And it's just like it looks like different scenarios play out where the guy kills the girl. So it's essentially, if you look at it from Dishonored, it's basically Corvo versus, because Corvo is like a little heavier in his movement and a little more power, whereas his daughter, what was his daughter name, Greg?
Emily Caldwell.
Emily was very
Empress
stealthy.
Emily Caldwell the First.
Right, Empress. That's right. She took on the throne. She was more stealthy, and when I saw that trailer for Deathloop, it brought me right back to Dishonored. Like I saw Emily fighting Corvo in my head. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool.
The trailer reminded me of the old Grindhouse genre of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the feel that they were going for.
Man,
that there's this area where anything goes because of the time loop, and this guy is trying to like break the time loop so he can get off the island, and the girl's like, "No, keep the time loop so we can keep doing all this crazy stuff."
Mm-hmm. Which I'm interested. That's what got me, is what interested about that is like, why do you want to keep it? Like, what things do you want to do with this time loop? Where he wants to get out. Like, he wants to get out. I get why he wants to get out. Same thing with Groundhog. He wanted to get out. But for her, it's interesting for her to want to keep the loop. Like, why would you want that? And in the introduction, they both had power. At first, I thought it was going to be a weapons versus powers thing, but they both. If you saw the trailer, they both had abilities, and they were both using weapons.
Next they go to Commander Keen.
Yeah, I don't know the
It was a
premise
little
to
mobile
that.
game.
The prequel, apparently, and like
You were cutting
the
out for me.
father of that was apparently. It's apparently their father was a protagonist
Yeah,
of
there
the
was some
of
other
the
there
of the.
was some other like Commander Keen game in like the 90s or something.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
oh, okay.
little
So I
PC
was like,
game,
I don't know
and
where this is coming.
it's a long time ago. Or
Oh,
maybe not a long time ago, but enough for most people to have forgotten it or never played it.
mm-hmm. I'm set Fallout to download.
What else? Ghostwire Tokyo.
That's right. That's
That
right. It was
looks. Did anyone else get very heavy Death Stranding like vibes
Oh,
from
of
that
course, of
game
course.
trailer?
Everybody disappeared. It was very, very dark, very heavy, and it was very detailed. So yeah, Death Stranded. Um, Death Stranded with Hawkeye though, because that guy whipped out the bow. I'm like, what are we doing? It's like, are you the good? Um, so, like I said earlier, like it's another continuous train of, hey, we're gonna show you this really cool detailed trailer, but no gameplay. It's like, hey, we are used to that. So it's just like I'm not holding my breath yet. It's just like I'm so sick of this. Like we have 4K everything. We don't need these. Just show us the gameplay. But it looks cool. It's a cool concept. Like at first I was like Thanos the game because like people just disappeared and their clothes were left behind. I'm like, did we just see this movie? But it looked like a select people, half, more than half. Cool. The TV's not working.
Let's see, Wolfenstein.
The twins. Those
Yep,
outfits look
that looks very
badass.
good.
And it's co-op. That's even more badass. You can kill Nazis with a buddy. That's awesome. Yeah, but I made a joke. I made a joke when they first came out. I feel like them going to rescue their dad. I feel like their dad's just killed so many people. He just fell asleep. So they just think he's in trouble. Cause I'm like, come on, this guy's been through 3 Wolfens. I'm pretty sure he's always escaped for some ridiculous reason, and he's just coming out on top. So I'm like, wherever he is, I'm pretty sure he's good.
Let's see what else. Rage 2 DLC. We talked about Orion. We'll see if I ever get to Rage. It looked fun. Looked like a nice, just kind of like a bit of a Borderlands style
Borderlands
RPG.
and Far
I
Cry,
want
I
to
would
play
say.
it.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Like I think
Yeah, but
somebody
like
was
we
like,
say, so many games to play. So
yeah, I know. Just the Game Pass alone, I counted. They're like, hey, you have 65 games here. I was like, oh god, do I really? Oh my god.
and then I think they closed out with Doom Eternal.
Which I'm confused about because it looked just like the Doom they just released not too long
Doom
ago. So I was
2016.
confused as to how to. Yeah, that's what I was confused about. How this Doom played out, but I'm not big into Doom, so.
Yeah, I mean, I played over I think last summer because it was in Game Pass, and yeah, really enjoyed it. It was one of those games that I did want to get when they first announced it or whatever, but just so much other stuff going on that I never got around to it.
Yep. Ever-growing list of games.
Yep. I guess that covers Bethesda. I didn't watch any of the PC shows. I meant to,
I
but
was
never got
working,
to it. Yeah, there was the Devolver and PC gaming show.
I am excited because there was a game that came out in 2001 or four. Evil Genius. They're finally coming out with a second one. I am so excited. That game is so much fun. It's basically you were a bad guy, like a classic bad guy, like a James Bond bad guy, and you built an evil lair. And you had like a generator room, a cafeteria, training room. You
Spike
have to send your
chats,
minions out. But
like spike pits to keep the agents out.
yeah, you had all these different traps to keep agents out. You had different ways to torture them, and it was very cartoony. It was very kid friendly. So for them to come back after 15 years, I'm excited. Like that was one of my favorite games growing up. So I'm really excited about that. And they said they're gonna introduce it to at the C3, so I was like, oh, I'm glad they stuck to it. I mean, it's such gameplay, but I'm excited. It looks so much fun. Anybody who builds worlds or anything like that, I cannot recommend Evil Genius enough. Even the first one, it's been 15 years. It's still a fun game, and it's short. It's short. Like I think you can put a week into it and you beat it. But it's just so much fun. You can just do it again and again and again and again.
I guess we'll move on to Ubisoft.
Yes, please.
I was working.
They showed off Watch Dogs Legion, Watch Dogs 3.
They made a second one? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yes, the second one took place in what was it, San Francisco?
I think so. I think you're
Was it
right.
good?
I think it was reviewed better, but I didn't play it, so can't tell you.
Didn't play it either.
Yeah, cool concept we hear where you essentially play as everybody, or like as every
Wait,
civilian
what?
in Watch
Can you just
Dogs
be anybody?
Legion. You can kind of be anybody. They were saying.
I
Basically,
see the
everybody is
title.
like sort of the resistance. You have to like recruit them, I guess.
Huh.
But everybody has like special
Is that where the
talents and
meme's coming
stuff.
from? Like, if you like recruit an old lady, you can like fight
Yes,
an old
there is
lady,
an old
and it's
lady.
just
They
like
showed off an old lady.
some old lady's like, look what I did, guys. And grandkid's like, great, are you wearing a mocap? You damn right. I saw him running. I'm like, that's the legit old lady run. Like, that's how they do that.
Yeah, now like she's not, so you got to be like stealthy with her, or like she's not like a big
Stealthy, you're old.
infiltration, or like your big bruiser or fighter who can get in. But she had like good hacking skills or whatever it was, I think. So I think yeah,
These are
everybody's
old
gonna have
ladies.
like their pros or cons like that. Yeah.
I can just see the crowd that's gonna master the old lady. Like, they're just gonna be great infiltrators. It's just like there's an old lady infiltrating like a secret base. They're like,
I
oh, it's
got a
just an
bit
old
of
lady.
an
You're
XCOM
fine.
vibe from it,
Oh,
For
just
really?
from the whole
Watch Dogs?
permadeath, and it's like the whole you have to pick the right characters.
Yeah, the
Okay.
right
I
character
guess.
for the
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
Centipede? Or
And in the gameplay, like you saw some of the characters, it's like, oh hey, this guy can do X, Y, and Z, but his downside is he can randomly die.
oh, they could do that.
It was a stuntman guy that he was looking at the rear.
Yeah, like I got the one woman up right now. She has like they just showed her skills with pistols and stuff. So yeah. What else did they show?
Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Ghost Recon.
Oh, they showed that. Oh, okay. Did they show gameplay?
I don't remember. Was it gameplay? I think so.
I don't think they showed too much gameplay. They showed a trailer and they were showing off how much they're listening to the community because they added back AI teammates in single player mode. And they have.
No.
And originally they were like, "Oh, you're gonna be on your own. You're not gonna have an AI teammate. The only way to have a teammate is to be in the co-op mode." People said, "We don't want that," and they went, "Okay, we're giving you back AI teammates."
Oh. Okay.
And they announced
I was like, oh.
Ghost Recon Delta, which is basically their fan base, like hub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. a lot of companies are trying to do that, like create a hub for just their game or just their series.
Well, it's easier to get all the fans in one place so you can listen to them instead of having to jump through different forums.
True, very
And
true.
also, it's a good way to recruit people for the company because a bunch of people who are working at Ubisoft now started off as like community artists. They saw their artwork and was like, "We want to hire you guys."
That's awesome. Like you can draw and you have good ideas. They'll take it.
Let's see. They had Gods and Monsters. Some.
Didn't see that one.
It looks like a cartoony-ish. I don't know if they showed much. But yeah, it was just some like. Looks like some kid in like looks kind of like mythical, like Roman or Greek armor. Yeah, and fighting some of those like myth monsters from myth and legend. Let's see. We talked about Ghost Recon. The Division expansions. Oh, the Division I think is free this weekend as well. Yep.
The first one or the second one?
Division 2 is
Second
free
one.
this weekend, yeah. People want to jump into that. They showed off the expansions. We'll see. I don't know.
Guessing new specializations.
I think they did mention new specialization, a new raid coming in like the fall. They teased the return to New York City.
Okay.
New York City, but it's not snowing. Really.
Oh, because the first game was set in Manhattan.
I just hope they open up Central Park finally.
Yeah, anything else on the Division?
Nope, not that I can think of.
Rainbow Six Quarantine. We mentioned it a little bit earlier. It looks like it was a spin-off of that Outbreak mode they did a while back. I think they said they might be using some of the same engine or something, or they said in the way that Siege is the best Tom Clancy competitive shooter. Siege was or Quarantine here was going to do that for co-op.
Real quick, going back to Gears of 5, it looks like it's going right to Game Pass.
Gears 5, yeah, all the Xbox games or Microsoft's Xbox Game Studios games go into Game Pass day of release.
Huh, that's fucking cool. You can just play the next Gears just like that.
Yep.
All right then.
Let's see. They talked about their new subscription service, Uplay Plus. What else? Roller Champions. It was kind of like a roller derby kind of game. I think they have an alpha test going on soon now. But yep, I think that's. Yeah, they showed off Just Dance. I'm pretty sure. I think that covers.
They pulled the good move by adding Blackpink to that game.
By adding what?
Game?
A Korean pop band, I want to say.
Okay.
Oh, look, Contra the collection, the anniversary collection's on the game on Xbox, so it's pretty cool. We're lined up for the whatever Contra game that came out recently.
I'm pulling up like articles and stuff, and somebody who wrote this was they write E3's in full swing. Microsoft bought the heat with their new console, and Bethesda followed up with Battle Royale and Halo Eternal.
Man, that is a royal fuck up.
Okay, so that covers Ubisoft. Sony wasn't there. Another Kind of Funny guys did a small little showcase of a bunch of indie games. I watched it on the side. I didn't really pay too close attention, but
What, the Volver? That looked cool.
no, I was talking about I didn't watch the Kind of Funny. Greg Miller and they did their own little small showcase for indie games since Sony wasn't going to be there, and they were. I watched it like half paying attention while I was doing other stuff, but they looked like typical indie games. There were some cool things, but nothing like jumped out at me that like I needed to play or that I needed to remember. I guess not. That's just me, and not so much in the not so much in some of those indie games.
Mm-hmm. Did we get a launch date for the Net Season 2 Apex? Anybody take note?
They did mention it.
I'll look it
Let
up.
me pull it back up. July 2nd.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Relatively soon.
They did release that. They announced the character and the battle pass. Talked about more stuff in there. Okay. I guess that covers the major. Nintendo did their direct today.
I didn't catch that,
Yes,
but people seemed
Nintendo.
excited. They didn't
Yeah, I think they
announce
showed
shares or
off.
anything.
I don't know what they showed off too much. I briefly watched it. I had it up at work, so I probably missed a couple things. I think Animal Crossing was a big one. But,
Oh yeah, a lot of people lost their shit for that. I was just
they
like,
showed
that's
off
cool.
Smash
I don't know,
characters.
track shit. Banjo Kazooie.
Yep, Banjo Kazooie coming to Smash.
N64, man.
They announced the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Mm-hmm. And I like how they were straightforward with it. They're just like, no title, no nothing. Just like, hey, this is in development. Plain and simple. It's like, good on you guys. Just nice and easy. Don't gotta be cryptic about it. Oh, that's cool. Microsoft has like a section for the games of E3. Oh, that's really nice. Convenient.
I think the Witcher's going there. They did some Dragon Quest characters. I think are also coming to Smash. I don't think they really showed off anything for Pokemon, other than like a little bit of a tease. They just said it's there playable.
I think after the official announcements came, they continued to stream, and it was a Pokemon play, and they were just showing the mechanics of it. And it looks really, really cool. Like I cannot say this enough. I love that there's just Pokemon running around. Like I'm glad we have the
That does
technology
look
to
cool.
finally do that.
It's like
what
was that game?
all the old
the
games, they just told
Minecraft
you
mod
they were there.
Pixelmon.
And it's just like we have the technology to do it. Just do it, and they finally did it.
Okay, what else? Did anybody didn't cover some of the I mentioned the Devolver and the PC game show. Was there anything from there? We didn't really touch on those too much. Alright, I guess that kind of covers everything. I can't think of anything else that's jumping out to me right now. Did Destiny
For
do the? I think
Nintendo,
Destiny did their own little stream as well. One of these the other day. I don't know if they announced anything. No, they announced that new Shadow Hunter, Shadow Keeper, where you return to the moon, and they'll be doing some free-to-play stuff. The base game's gonna be free to play in September. Cross save looks cool. I was curious how the DLC will work with that. Like, will I have to buy, since there's gonna be what seems like a Bungie account? Am I gonna need to buy the DLC on each platform, or is it gonna be tied to that Bungie account so I can just jump
It
across whenever I
looks
want?
like it's going to be tied to the account because
That
it's cross save.
yeah.
Which I'm sure a lot of people wanting cross consoles. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
I
great.
think that might give me a bit of a reason to pick it back up. And that, if
For
I
me,
wanna. Yeah,
content.
I'm not super. I got what I wanted out of Destiny
like
2 years ago.
Yeah, I
Moved
feel like I
on.
played the
Um,
crap out of it, and I just
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
satisfied with what I've gotten out of it.
yeah. When it came down to, I really only enjoyed doing the raids with like a bunch of people, and there was only one of those. So
I really like the PvP, and then once
I
just
still
got,
haven't beat first raid from Destiny 2.
I mean, like once I got down with the PvP, I was like, all right, I'm done. Let's Gambit. I played the crap out of Crucible, played the crap out of Gambit. I'm just like, I'm content.
yeah, this might give me. I might pick it back up with this cross save stuff, and I can just jump around to hang out with some friends from time to time. If they want to play something, it'll be much
I'm
easier
interested
to get.
if it's like a process. I wonder if it's gonna be easy. Like, is it gonna be like you can only load at one console at a time, or is it gonna
I'm
be
sure
like
it's gonna probably be that because they're not gonna be able to be on the same character on every console at the same time. That's just not gonna.
true, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Shit itself.
But yeah, that could probably help out to get some groups together just to have some fun and do like the raid or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think
It's definitely more
Mario
available.
mentioned it before, but they do adding private lobbies now.
Oh, for that Gambit mode or something.
I wasn't sure if it was for just Gambit. Maybe it was for over. Well, they did have private lobbies before.
Yeah, they've had private lobbies
So
for
maybe it is just for
regular.
Gambit mode.
Yeah, I think it's just the
Or
Gambit
other-
mode.
Yeah.
I think you still need the Forsaken DLC or whatever for that, probably though. But that's for another time. Is there anything else?
Nintendo.
Don't
I feel like
think
Nintendo
so.
had something. Luigi's Mansion. That's something.
Yep, that
That
was
looks
shown
cute.
during the Nintendo.
Yeah, he has the notorious sidekick has his own sidekick, the Guluigi. And it's like, wow, got tired of his shit. I don't know anything else in Nintendo. The Animal Crossing was a big thing.
Oh, we forgot Square.
Oh yeah,
Square
the
Enix.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy remake.
Shame on both of you. Actually, shame on Chad. This is
What?
Final Fantasy. Shame on you. You didn't know. You forgot. Shame on you.
I said Final
Final
Fantasy
VII.
remake.
Yeah, but we completely
I
forgot
was like,
Square
honestly,
altogether.
it's the only game I know from Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VII. That's the only game I know.
Mm-hmm.
You
I think they
also
showed off
said
Final Fantasy VII.
8.
They a remake or remaster or something for 8. A new expansion for the MMO. I believe it was 14, right?
Yeah, I think 14 was the MMO.
Wait,
And
so what? They remastered a part of 8 or the entire 8?
I would assume they remastered the whole thing,
it
right?
just said, yeah, 8. Final Fantasy 8 remaster. Not like a remake like they're doing with 7, but just like a remaster. So I'm guessing it's
Retouch up
just
and all that. Yeah,
probably
okay, they
a
didn't put
touch
that
up
much
and new
effort into it.
graphics and maybe new cinematics or something. I don't. Again, I've never really played a Final Fantasy game.
Damn.
So yeah, and I watched the Square conference, but yeah, it was a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff in the beginning. So I mean, I'm slightly interested in that.
They also didn't they announce the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC?
They did show off Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. I don't know any of the release dates or anything for that. I'll try to pull it up while we talk.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Starts with an R. I don't know the name. I don't know anything about it. Just had more characters that I had no idea of. Like I'm very unfamiliar with the story, but
Remind.
Remind. That's what I was thinking.
Kingdom Hearts Remind. Set for winter release. Okay.
Apparently, one of the 13 is somebody else. Is also somebody. They're not saying who they are, and is keeping that secret. And apparently, find out who they really are. So.
All right. And what else do we have? Then they showed off the Avengers game, which looked kind of cool.
I like how everybody like hates how they look, but I'm like, it's a game. They're not gonna look like the
It's
movie.
not gonna be Robert Downey Jr.
Well, yeah. I would say less worry
Troy
about looks,
Baker
more about
is the voice of Bruce Banner.
Nolan North is Tony. Laura Bailey is Black Widow. And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who the guys are doing Cap and. Is that it? No, this is somebody else.
Or
Cap and Thor.
It looked cool.
Yep, it looks cool.
I like the quick gameplay of the perspective, so I'm like, all right.
Yep.
I'm hoping this was a project that took years of development, because if it's just these characters, I'm sure the mechanics will be separate. And if they plan on doing DLC, I'm hoping that they've already started working on that, because that's a whole another set of mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked cool. It looked cool.
Yeah, like kind of like co-op Batman, Arkham Knight or whatever. Possibly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got from it. It reminded me of, like, it really brought me back to Spider-Man, Batman, just pretty much any comic game that you could think of that did well. That's what it looks like. So hopefully it does well. Honestly, I feel like the pinnacle deciding point will be the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw some article that was saying that there was some sort of Easter egg or something that might imply a crossover with PlayStation's Spider-Man game. Some sort of crossover or connection. But it might have just been like an Easter egg and nothing more.
I'm hoping so, because if you look at the visuals of the Avengers compared to Spider-Man, it's going to be a severe drop in quality.
Mm-hmm. But I guess I think that covers just about everything we can. Anyone have anything else they want to say? Any other games you want to bring up?
No. Nope.
All right, then.
Excited to
I'm
see
trying
what's
to think
gonna
of
come out.
all the common. I hope they kind of list all the games that come out, and I hope they separate them genres. I feel like, honestly, they announced so many calm indie games, very calming, that I'm hoping they create a new genre. Because there's a lot of them, and they all look really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one of the news sites probably has a list breakdown like every single game that was announced.
Absolutely.
Did Sony ever say why they weren't going to be at E3?
Because of Keanu. Done.
Yeah, probably because I mean,
honestly, with the announcement of PS5, and they don't have anything to show that they themselves need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Titles that are out that are for PlayStation.
I think all they have coming out this year is Last of Us 2 actually coming out this year?
I want to say yes, and I want to say no. I'm not sure. But I know Last of Us 2 is probably one of the only one I can remember that's like the pinnacle PlayStation thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the only thing they would, and they've already they went all out for that one with the church thing and the guitar solo. Like, they went all out, so I feel like that was their time. This is like, all right, we did what we could. And someone said earlier, in a on one of the post conferences, that each company's doing their own thing. Like Sony tried to do their own thing by doing their own little like preview show. And even that wasn't. They didn't even have much for that. So it's just like they kind of ran out of things to show off. So I think they're just taking a break.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's rumors saying that the release date's this year, late this year,
Yeah,
but
it could be
I
a
don't think they still
placeholder though.
haven't confirmed it.
Yeah, if it's late this year, it's
And
March
they're
or
probably
something.
just good because it's most likely their console will also be out in 2020.
I'm really
So
hoping it's not though. Honestly, I
they're
wouldn't be
probably
surprised if
waiting
they
for the
skipped another year.
PS5.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they waited another year.
They
Get
launch it a
hold
year
into it.
after 2021.
Yeah, and they skip E3 again. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they did that just for the PS5
Yeah,
because that's
I
like
could
literally
see
all
that
they
if
have.
the PS5 isn't coming out next year or 2020, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it is. I mean, they did that little tease of it recently.
Do you think they would try to release at the same time as Xbox?
They did last time.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, 2013. They both launched like a week apart.
I don't know. I feel like both consoles are going in different directions in terms of lifestyles, and although I will say Scarlet looks like it's revisiting becoming a game again, becoming a console again, because I feel like Xbox One was trying to do everything. They're trying to be entertainment and games.
Mm-hmm.
The whole TV and the whole TV thing. That was their launch. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you can watch TV on our thing, as opposed to PlayStation. It's just like, here you go, here's another console. And
Yeah, I mean, I was
I feel like
interested
that's
in.
kind of
It was okay. I didn't really bother me so much. It was like I already know 360, delivered games and stuff. So I was interested to see what
exactly.
else they could do with the next Xbox at the
Hmm.
time, like what the Xbox One could be. And it was,
That's why like I'm not holding my breath for next gen consoles. And like if Scarlet's ready to come out by next Christmas, sure.
yep.
But right now both consoles are just saying we're fast. And it's just like okay, that's cool. I will
We
say
gotta go fast.
Scarlet using what?
I don't know what much more we can really
Gotta
innovate.
go fast.
Yeah.
What much more can you
Scarlet
really innovate in terms, the next step is really just
exactly
VR, and until that's
exactly.
done via a Kinect-like device.
Mm-hmm. What about that HoloLens? What the fuck happened to that?
It's still around. There's just not. They showed it. I don't think they ever really intended it to
Yeah, they showed it
be a
off once with
game.
Minecraft. That was it.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more of a concept. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
There are people making stuff with it. It's just not games.
I'm sure there's developers. There's a
Yeah,
developer,
they're just not. It's not really
physical developer
in the
thing.
game world. I'm pretty sure that
Mm-hmm.
dev kit is out or
Yeah, because they have it like in every Microsoft store. You could find the HoloLens just sitting there, like on display. And I'm like, all right, that's the thing. And then VR, PlayStation has VR, and they're pushing VR, and I think they mastered
yeah,
it.
it's not
I
being.
think you.
It's being used industry solutions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like they're trying to like glue the years together with VR, and it's just like just. I think they finally took the hit, and that's why they're taking the break because they're like, "Oh, VR, VR," and then no response. So they're like, "Okay, I think we should just stop." And I think that's why they're just taking that break and working on the PS5 because, Gary, like you said, there's really nothing to announce other than The Last of Us and the PS5. It's just
Mhm.
like there's nothing to bring out. There's nothing to bring out the
Yeah, I
big
guess they
guns.
probably
Nothing
don't
to
want
bring out
to
the
overhype some early games. If they're not going
exactly.
to come out on the PS4, if they're going to be PS5 games, and they're just not
No,
ready
but
for
the
them.
backwards compatibility apparently. Apparently that's a thing. It's like where
Yep,
were you when PS3 had good games?
yep they have. Here, I'm looking, pulling up. HoloLens 2 is available.
What?
Yeah, HoloLens 2, mixed reality HoloLens, and untethered apps. Combining breakthrough in hardware design, artificial intelligence. But yeah, it's like business and industry solutions. Like they've got
Exactly.
people
I could
working
see
on a
that being.
looks like they got somebody here like working on a motor wearing a HoloLens, and it's probably giving her
like that.
like
That's where they
directions
need
right
it.
in front of her face.
Exactly. I feel like it's gonna be geared toward the industry as opposed to games because there's no need for it. Like it's more subversive, sure, but I feel like there's a hell of a lot more benefits in the industry, multiple industries.
All right.
Hospitals, art, architecture,
Yep.
engineering.
All right.
There's a hell of a lot more.
Well, I guess we can close this up. Final thoughts on E3, everyone? What you're most excited about?
Keanu,
Keanu?
done.
Chaz?
I guess Halo. And I know I don't mean to sound like depressed or anything about it. It's just, I guess that's the only thing I'm really waiting for. Like I said, it's just a lot of games coming out, and it's hard to
What
keep
about
track
Final
of
Fantasy VII?
what you want to play. Oh, is it coming out for both consoles or is it coming out
Yeah.
for PlayStation? It's coming
It's
for
for
both.
both consoles.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then, yeah, that sound of it. Definitely try to get that too. I mean, I did play the heck out of the first one, so the second one, I mean, definitely get it. It'll come to Xbox, but yeah, just oversaturation. Look at
Yeah,
look at
so
games
many
that
great
like
games.
not only
I
yeah,
think Game
games
Pass
that are
Game
like
Pass might be like
fun.
spoiling.
What'd you say?
Game Pass might be spoiling everybody. There's just so many.
Greg, any final words?
I am looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, but also Ghost Recon Breakpoint to see how that whole you have one character across everything works.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm excited to troll
overall,
chat again because it's
overall,
AI
good
leaking
E3 in my mind. I
Yes,
think there's
it
great.
is. Honestly, with the absence of Sony, there's no conflict. So it's kind of it was a smooth E3.
All right. Yep. Yeah. Bunch of games looking forward to. We'll see Gears this year. We'll
Yeah.
see. Uh, what else? Borderlands. Probably gonna go play some more of that DLC. And excited for Halo. Want to see that. Hate that I have to wait like another year and a half, but it's what I
Waiting
expected.
this long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a launch title. I mean, have they ever done a launch title?
Halo 1 was the only Halo game to be a launch title.
Mm.
Wow. Throwing it back.
Day of release of the original Xbox.
They're gonna do some marketing with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, well, thank you guys for coming out. I will be uploading this probably to our YouTube channel tomorrow. I will send you all a link. And we will talk when we play these games or at next E3. We'll be back here to discuss it again. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.